Good morning, folks. So for today's morning message, I wanted to just go over, since it is September, everything that the Center for Political Innovation has accomplished in the first 8 months of the year of 2024. Because I think a lot of people don't understand that we're building a real organization. A lot of people are looking to join some kind of internet club. CPI is not an internet club. We do real activism to try and change the world. And the work that we have done means a lot, not just to people around the world in countries that are struggling against imperialism, but also to people here in this country. We have made a difference in people's lives. And so I'm just going to go over what we've achieved so far this year. On January 7th, we had a national day of action to stand in solidarity with Yemen. Protests were held in Chicago, and in New York City, and in Humboldt County, California, and in Portland, Oregon. On January 26th, we published a book, Who Are the Houthis and What Are They Fighting For? Over 400 copies of this book have been sold or distributed. This book tells the story of the Houthi organization, Ansar Allah, where they came from, in a sympathetic light. February 12th, we published two small booklets, pamphlets to distribute at the World Youth Festival. One is called Russia is Not Our Enemy, describing the work that we've done to support Russia. And the other is called Journey of Hope, Building a Movement for Peaceful Reunification of the Korean Peninsula. February 15th, we held an official United Nations press conference about the World Youth Festival that was upcoming in Russia. And at that press conference, we highlighted the Uhuru case and the prosecution of the Uhuru 3. February 29th through March 7th, we attended the World Youth Festival in Sochi, Russia. On the last day of the World Youth Festival, the three of us who were attending, two of us got to speak with the Russian President Putin. And we, again, raised the Uhuru case, and we talked about the need for solidarity. We talked about the hope for improving relations between the USA and Russia. March 15th through 17th, we're an organization that participated as official election observers in Russia for the Russian election. April 20th, we published a new textbook called Out of the Movement to the Masses, Anti-Imperialist Organizing in America. It's a big textbook going over the history of the Communist Party, the global class war tendency, the new communist movement of the 70s, divisions in the ruling class, etc. And over 200 copies of that were sold or distributed. April 26th through 29th, we had a national workshop in Vermont. 30 people attended, and at that workshop, we taught classes on anti-imperialism. May 26th, we distributed 1,000 copies of our booklet, Do You Believe in Growth? Promoting Anti-Imperialist Politics at the National Convention of the Libertarian Party in Washington, D.C. On June 7th, we had an event at Los Angeles Family Church in California dedicated to the peaceful reunification of the Korean Peninsula. Over 100 people attended, and the event was a joint event between Los Angeles Family Church and the Center for Political Innovation, dedicated to highlighting a message of peaceful reunification with Korea, de-escalating tensions with North Korea, starting talks with North Korea once again, finishing what Trump started. July 6th through the 9th, one of our CPI members actually attended the World Youth Festival Planning Council in Moscow to continue our work supporting the World Youth Festival. July 22nd, the book that we previously published, Kamala Harris and the Future of America, an essay in 3 parts, was banned from Amazon.com for 7 days, right as Kamala Harris became the nominee. As a result, there was an explosion of social media outrage, and as a result, I went on every talk show, Jimmy Dore, Kim Iverson, InfoWars, talking about Kamala Harris and her record as a vicious prosecutor. We sold 3,000 copies of the book in the following days. We certainly had an impact. August 19th through 22nd, we did outreach at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. And at the convention, we distributed 1,000 copies of the Kamala Harris book that had been previously banned from Amazon, as well as 1,000 copies of our anti-imperialist booklet, Do You Believe in Growth? August 31st, we attended the rally in St. Petersburg, Florida, to support the Uhuru movement. And we made clear our stance supporting Chairman O'Malley. We were there. And on September 3rd, when the trial began, we had supporters in the courtroom. And as the trial continues, there is a member of the Center for Political Innovation that is currently attending each day of the trial. Now, that is a huge amount, and let's keep in mind that the year is far from over. We still have the rest of September, October, November, and December of this year. But we have accomplished so much this year, and a lot of the people who talk against us on the internet haven't done anything. I mean, all they've done, I don't even want to talk about what these other organizations may have done or whatever. We're actually getting things done. We're actually building an organization. And, it is very valuable. And people who don't understand that and don't get it, God help them. But we're building a real organization. And in July 12th, 2025, we are going to have a national convention in the Chicago area that will have over 400 people. And we are building for that big anti-imperialist rally, our next national convention. That's what we're up to as the Center for Political Innovation. So, I just want to remind you that if you are a member of our group, you're in the right place. And there's a lot of jokers talking on the internet and LARPing, and they've got Politburos and all this silliness. We actually do things, and we actually care about this. We're not trying to be internet famous, and we're certainly not trying to tear other people down in order to lift ourselves up.